Welcome. This is Diggin In The Crates Hip Hop Podcast, the Hooker and Mac Show. We right here located in Greensboro. This is the live Sunday mix. I'm doing a live Sunday mix. Shout out to T-Shep. This is the T-Shep live Sunday mix here at Diggin In The Crates Hip Hop Podcast, where we play local artists from the Triad, everywhere in North Carolina. And today we got some special guests. We're gonna mix and mingle and have some gumbo talk and talk about hip hop. I was talking to him a little bit off the air, and it looks like it's gonna be some good conversation. Remember, on every record lies jazz, hip hop, rock and roll, gospel, and again, this is a live Sunday mix. So share our live. Watch us on Instagram. Watch us on Facebook. This is Diggin In The Crates, the hip hop podcast on the Hooker and Mac Show. Again, who got the props? So who got the props? Classic for me, Black Moon, Buckshot Shorty. So I'm gonna throw it out to my guests here and let them introduce themselves, and we're gonna talk a little bit about musicology and hip hop before we get into why you guys are here. So when you tell me where you're from and let viewers know where you're from.
All right, what's good, everybody? Manny Beats Chi, originally from Chicago. Been out in Charlotte like I guess about 8-9 years now. So this is home. This is where I work out of, man. Just glad to be here, part of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Be in this room, like I feel the vibes, man. So it's definitely dope in here, bro.
Yeah, I'm SaRap Fresh. I'm originally from Michigan, but yeah, just like Manny, I moved to Charlotte like 5 years ago, and just been out there, just vibing and making music. I like it there a lot, and it feels good, and I appreciate you letting us come through.
Appreciate that. Yeah. I go by Fitit. I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee, but I was raised in Charlotte pretty much since like 5 or 6. So most people gonna consider that your hometown anyway. So, but yeah, I love the space too. I get dope vibes and things.
Okay. When you think about hip hop and the music and the the ambiance for the ambiance of it, where do you think music is at now? And certainly, talk a little bit about where music came from from you guys till now. If you can just, we're just gonna have a general discussion. So
yeah, I mean, for me personally, like the way hip hop is now from what it used to be, it's definitely changed. That's for sure, man. Like we was talking about the crews earlier. We don't have crews not like we used to. We got other variables come into play when you do get a group, something going like that. But overall, I feel like hip hop is in a pretty decent space. It just really depends on what we tune into. Really, I mean, it's what we give our energy to. I mean, we got some music out here that's really ain't about too much of nothing. And then we got music that's still popping. We still got hip hop gems that's being created, man. It's just really what we decide to tap into, what we decide to make famous. But all in all, I feel like hip hop is always gonna be in a good space. I mean, we always gonna have balance. You're gonna have some trash with some good stuff. It's always gonna be a balance. So.
Okay. Yeah, we were talking about that on the way over, and it's kind of like it gets a negative perspective because of what's like constantly like pushed. Feels like a certain type of music, but now with streaming and everything, so many people can just upload whatever they want, and you just have to really put in the effort to go find what you like, and there's something out there for everybody, I feel like.
Yeah, I started doing music because like my mom made me join like the choir. So like as I got chosen, but it was like I was hollering at her like, yo, I really ain't trying to do this. But then it was like, I was a part of it. So that's how I started doing music. My family, I have like both my parents, like my mom singing, my dad like was a spitter, so I kind of just naturally kind of jumped into it. It's like the one place where I go to as far as like recording. when I record, it's like the one space I feel so comfortable at. You know what I'm saying? So part of it for me is kind of like it helps me clear my energy. You know what I'm saying, when I'm in there, cause I personally do music to release my thoughts and how I'm feeling about shit. I know everybody ain't rocking like that, but that's how I be rocking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think you're hitting on something here that is a form of release. I mean, for me, you know, growing up in the '80s, and I got used to breakdancing, introduced back breakdance from a Hispanic dude named Chuck.
Right.
And I saw him after school one day. He started doing the wave and stuff, and he was from New York. And I was like, "Yo, man, what's that?" But the point was, you had the older cats, or like the older crew, was like, "Yo, young fella, chill out, but we gonna teach you." And I understood where they were coming from, because you just don't go out there and start breakdancing. And so when I started just watching, them doing the up rock, doing the tempo and breakdancing, I was like, it was cool. So they were like, you gonna get your chance. And going back to what you said, it became a form of release. For you guys, what was the connection like for you to say, that's what I'm gonna do? Did it necessarily feel a void, or was it something like, okay, like you just said, you don't really care if it's for you?
Right. Yeah, I mean, for me, thinking back to like when I kind of tapped in and was like, yeah, I want to do this. I've always messed around music, just like Fit. Like, my mom made me join the choir too. I hated every second of it. But I was in there singing like I was trying to be Barry White, But I mean, yeah, I think it really clicked for me. Probably like my I would say probably like 2010. I was doing some music and started feeling like, I could do this.
From what you just said, and going to SaRap Fresh, you have a sort of a throwback wardrobe style. Even when I looked at your photos, I'm like, this guy's like a throwback from the '80s and '90s era. So what has that been like for you? Matching your lyrics and with your style, because like I said, when I was growing up, cat like you, oh, that's dope. Like now it's like, nah, he kind of weird. So when I first saw your video, I knew this dude's in hip hop, So what is that like for you? You elaborate to our viewers.
Basically, I lived like 1 year in Louisville a while ago, and that's where I met my lady at, and she's a stylist, and she helped me really like identify and being confident in wearing just different outfits and clothes, and helped me really, once I got that confidence, then I started gravitating towards stuff that I like. That particular area has like a lot of vintage clothes, so like I bought a members only jacket and stuff like that, and then from that point on I moved to LA, and we were just out there working and stuff, and we actually started like selling vintage clothes online, so we were thrifting all the time, and it was really just became like almost like an everyday thing. It was really just part of my life and who I am, and so when I started making music after all that stuff, and so it just naturally, I think, comes into play in my content, and it also helps me just with my confidence and stuff too, because until I really started wearing vintage clothes and stuff, and that kind of helped mold who I think I am as a person.
Again, this is Diggin In The Crates Hip Hop Podcast, and we're gonna get into our first artist out of Alabama. YMG is called Voices, so we're gonna listen to it a little bit, see what your thoughts are, and then we're gonna get right into what we're here for.
The day I would.
On the chop, you can find the
Beats. Try on the beat. I see the good life with my eyes closed. Walk into a dirty scale in a half boat. Came up on breakdowns, flipping half O's. Bedroom full of guns, you can call me Rambo. All these bodies in the city, mama praying for me. Got them voices in my head saying keep it on me.
Yeah, so again, Digging In The Crates Hip Hop Podcast. So, moving further along, how'd you guys, meet?
You want to kick it out? Me, actually.
I met Manny first. There's a bar in Charlotte called Petra's, and they would have like I don't remember what day, because it's been so long because COVID. But it might have been on Mondays. They do like an open mic like once a month, like the first Monday or something like that. And Manny was a producer. They would have it set up where they would have a producer come in, and then they would do like cypher style. He would just play numerous beats and stuff. And so he was a producer that day, and I would just went and did the open mic.
Okay.
And then we just linked up after that. And then I met Fit actually in that same place, but it was like a month later or something.
Oh, okay. So, being that you guys met like that, how did you match your style of beats? What do you do to listen to the artist? So for you, before we get into walking curbside, what is that like? You know, for you guys, like a Picasso painting, putting a puzzle together. You know, what do you look for in an artist? Because I'm big on, I'll break your lyrics down. I didn't have time to do it, but I'll break your lyrics down and ask you what it means. So talk to me about that, and then I want you guys to chime in, please.
I know for me, really, the main thing that I look for, like when I hear artists, first is content. Really, I mean, I can get down with some ratchet stuff, but a lot of times, like that's not always the type of producer I am. A lot of like I'm really drum heavy, and you know, I use a lot of soul samples, but I will make a lot of stuff that's more new age too. But really, like I think content is really the first thing, and then just vibe. Like, can we vibe as individuals outside of music? You know what I mean?
Oh, waiting outside. I'm sorry. For clarification, we're waiting outside in the light again. So, Diggin In The Crates Hip Hop Podcast. Check it out.
I be waiting outside in the bar, you down for the night. Baby, hit the vibe. How you know you don't try? I be waiting outside in the year, right up on you the year. Sweating out on my tears, bigging up on my peers. On the beat, that hard as me. I should charge a fee. Fuck that, all my game is free. I'm a load of music, cause the street hit the scene. On my shit, we gon' eat. We gon' blow like TNT. I hear living like some keys. Waiting
Outside, come indoors. Digging In The Crates Hip Hop Podcast, the Hooker and Mac Show. Don't wait inside, because if you come inside, you're gonna hear some great music. So, what went into that?
I mean, most of my bars be like similes and metaphors. I say I'm waiting outside like an Uber or a Lyft. You know what I'm saying? I just use a term like an Uber or a Lyft because that's something somebody could be familiar with. But that's me letting you know I'll be waiting outside. Like if I fuck with you, I'm outside. You know what I'm saying? I'll be out there faster than the Uber.
Yeah, I think came up with the hook concept just of like, I like music to, like we talked about feelings, so it was like, I want to take you on a ride, so it's about like, let's just jump in and go somewhere, you know, and feel the energy and feel the vibe or whatever. And I have a particular line in there that's where I talked about shave my head like Britney Spears, because that was a real thing that happened where like shaved off all my hair because I had my hair like that before, like years ago, like 10 years ago, and I was sort of over what I was doing, and then when I did it, it was like, this is a weird transformation experience for me, and from that moment, it was like, I didn't like it, because it looked like I didn't recognize the person that I saw in the mirror, because I had grown to become like a different person.
Okay.
But funny story though about that beat, like the way that whole song came together. Like I made the beat and I posted it on IG, and I already had an idea for like what I wanted for the beat, like the kind of sound, what kind of cadence I kind of wanted around the beat, and I posted on IG. SaRap had hit me up, like, what I gotta do to get this?
Oh, wow, okay, so he's bargaining
like,
with you, huh?
Yeah, and I was like, shit, you got something for it, man, like, jump on it, man, I know we trying to get this thing going. He sent it back, and it was exactly what I wanted.
So we're gonna step into this next local artist, OC from NC. He was on this show. OC from NC, he's from Burlington. He's worked with a guy named Drug Beats, made his album. There's also, we had another producer here who's pretty good called B Square. So this is again one of the tracks I heard is called "How I Learned" on Diggin In The Crates Hip Hop Podcast. How I learned it. That shit smooth, ain't it? Close your eyes and feel the groove changing. A pen and a couple fingers got the mood ringing. My cousin said he quit banging cause I'm too famous. Damn, when we go out, we in the spotlight. Shit, but what's left, nigga? The not right these days. Even the squares know what the block like. Maybe you should change the circle. Am I not right? Shit, right from how I learned. Don't run from how I learned it. Again, shout out to OC from NC. This is one of my favorite tracks. How I Learned. You know, when I first heard the song, again, my cousin was like, "You need to check this dude out, OC from NC." And then when I saw the video and I saw this, I wanted to take my pencil out and do a math problem when he said B squared, keeping the chops right.
Yeah.
And so to me, because I'm a hip hop head, that's, you know,
Crazy.
as a well, go ahead, because I think you were gonna say something. I don't want to. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that it's like, I think honestly the whole COVID shit came out of nowhere, but I do feel like because of how things turn, I think shit like this is finna be able to triumph again, because it's like everybody wasn't accustomed to the bullshit. Ain't wasn't nobody in the club, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't keep, I mean, you can promote your club shit, but the people care about this, I feel like, right now, you know what I'm saying? Because I got in my bag with that too, as far as just the content, like being like real shit, like don't run from higher learning, like shit like that is more like a scripture.
So we're gonna go on to the next song, and then after this song, we're gonna have a performance. So we're going into Saturday cartoons. You know, I watched you know, different cartoons, Mervin the Martian, Popeyes. I watched all those commercials, Batman, Ren and Stimpy, Tom and Jerry. Just to let you know
Damn,
how old I am, I go back to those cartoons and Go Eraser, Transformer, and GoBots. GoBots was
yeah. We had Transformers. Transformers ran for a little while.
that Ren and Stimpy used to be.
Ren and Stimpy used to be a thing, and then Yosemite Sam was one of my favorite ones.
He was shit.
And we had Beast Wars. That was crazy.
And then what's your boy? The Thundercats. What was the name of that?
Yeah, Thundercats ran for a little bit.
Thundercats was over.
Thundercats ran for a little while.
So let's get into this Saturday night cartoons. Here we go. Y'all hear that? Yo, I gotta play this. Saturday cartoons again. If you want to know what Bruce Jenner is, see Manny Beats. He got you. I mean, that's classic. How you chop that up, bro?
Appreciate it.
I
Man.
mean,
Thank you.
I mean, two of my favorite bars on there, I guess on my behalf, would be like, I got golden girls, but this ain't Lifetime. I really got golden girls. You know what I'm saying? But this ain't the show. And then my other one I liked when I said, your shit micro is soft, you ain't going to excel. That was me breaking down. Those are computer bars. But I was just saying, if you're doing it at a small level, you ain't going to excel. If you're not trying to reach your highest level, you know what I'm saying? You're going to edit out.
But my verse is more where Manny's track takes my mind, and so like it's just the smooth nature of the track. It just made me feel like, yeah, like I should be carrying around like a cup of dark liquor, like some bourbon, and you know, feeling like just like I'm Hugh Hefner. And then,
so how can people, find you?
Yeah, so y'all can, if you want to reach me out to me at Manny Beats Chi on IG. You can shoot me a DM, or you can go to my website, mannybeatschai.com, or send me an email, ineedbeats@mannybeatschai.com, and we can go from there, man.
you can find me on like Instagram, and I don't really be on Facebook a lot, but it's just SaRap_fresh. So it's SARAP_fresh. And you can find all my music on all streaming platforms as well. It's just SaRap Fresh. Just so everybody knows, I drop a song. I've been dropping a song all summer on the 1st and 15th of every month. You know, just to keep it going and keep my energy up. So definitely plug into that or any of those. And you can also email me too at sarapfresh@gmail.
Okay.
I'm Fitit on all streaming platforms, FITIT, and Instagram is I am_preach. Just hit me, I send what up, you know what I'm saying? I don't really get on too many social media today, you know,
Okay.
but I know what needs to, but I ain't
Okay.
really like.
I appreciate that. Again, if you want to get on the Hooker and Mac show, just hit us up at Hooker and macadoo@gmail.com. It will be on our page. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter. Shout out to my co-host, McAdoo. He would give us some words of wisdom, and I think if he was here today, his words would be magnificent. Again, the pieces to the puzzles are the creative sounds of music. Again, the pieces of the puzzle are creative sounds of music, which lies in jazz, hip-hop, soul music, Diggin In The Crates hip-hop podcast. And we gonna chime out on Saturday Cartoon.